Alright, welcome everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Matt, and this is the Gaming Corner. So, my last video I did was a $100 challenge at a video game store, where I went in with just $100 and tried to see how many video games I could buy. So I have a part 2 to the $100 challenge. This one I did on eBay. Now, as most of you have seen lately, I am buying for more than just one unit. So this challenge once again was scattered across a couple different units that I bought for, but I tried to keep it at $100, no more, no less, and this was on eBay. Now, a lot of people who have been showing these $100 challenges for what games you can buy for $100, I feel forget two things when I watch these videos from them. One, tax. Two, if you're buying from online areas, the cost of shipping. So if you're sitting there and you're watching some of these other videos and you're like, wow, I can get all those games right there for $100, because yes, they're using price charting, which does show some pretty good prices of what the games are. Problem is, it doesn't show you tax, it doesn't show you the shipping cost. So when I go over what my total was for these games, this would include the tax and shipping. So that way there, when I spend $100, I spend physically only $100. So without further ado, let's show you what the games are. We will start off first with the Sega Genesis games. And these first three games I'm going to show came as a package deal, and they were $26.36 for all three. So it was a package deal that includes taxes and shipping. And they're all complete in box too, which is cool. First one is NBA Action 95. I'm not a fan of the Sega's cardboard boxes, but that's what they were. And yes, they're all three sports titles. The next one, NFL 95. Also complete in box. And the last one, NHL All-Star Hockey, complete in box. So for complete in box with the Sega Genesis, even like Nintendo or anything, you're going to pay a bit more for in box versus cartridge. But for all three of these, with shipping, costing me, what was it again, $26.36? I think that's pretty good, especially since they're all complete. Alright, next one is the only Sega Saturn game I got. I'm not even sure what it is. I know it's a racing game of some sort. It is the Japanese version, and it is 04 Champion Doozy J R-Type. I've never played this yet, so when I show game clips at the end, will be the first time I've ever played this. So I have no clue what it is. Like I said, I do know it is a racing game of some sort. So this one, the jewel case is broke and all that, and it could be because it did come from Japan and it was, shipped on over here. Disc is in perfect condition, so I'm glad about that. But this one, because I did have to pay a little bit higher shipping to get it from Japan, this one costed, let me get to the screen here, $13.18, which still not bad in my opinion. The next three games are all Dreamcast titles. The first one cost me $16.83, and that is, I'm going to pronounce their name wrong, the Nansko Museum, whatever the heck it's called, Pac-Man developers, stuff like that. This is their museum title. I really wanted it for that game right there, Pole Position. Love that game in the arcades. Saw it on there, Namco. Duh. Namco Museum. Loved Pole Position in the arcades. Dig Dug was a lot of fun. So were the Pac-Man games. Like I said, this one costed me $16.83. It is complete. On eBay, you can always look around and find the games for cheaper. But this is another one. The next two are once again two more sports titles for the Dreamcast. You can kind of see a little bit of one on the corner of my screen there, but the way it is. These two came in a package deal, and they were $16.86. First one in the package deal was World Series 2K1. I don't think I own any baseball games right now on my Dreamcast, so this will be the first one I'll have on there. So, got that one. Next one is a football game. Now, granted, the guy in the cover has now gotten himself known pretty much as a jerk for what he's done with, what is it, Goodwill or whatever it is, or whatever it was, because he's in some sort of a scandal right now. He had another scandal while he was in the NFL, sending a certain pitcher to a cheerleader. He's still one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, especially when it came to my hometown team, even though I don't live in Green Bay, but I live in Wisconsin. They're my team, and that man made me love football. Brett Favre. So I had to get NFL Quarterback Club 2000. I'm after 2001 yet, because he's also on the cover of that one. They say when it came to the man and his game playing style, awesome. The guy always had fun. I've never owned this on my Dreamcast neither. I've always owned the 2K series. So I'll be curious to see what this one's like. See if it's better than 2K or not. Alright, like I said, the price of those were $16.86. That's, like I said, with taxes and shipping. The last two games. One is the Super Famicom, which I am glad that the Retron HD allows me to play both. And the other one is an actual Super NESA game. So Super Famicom and NESA. And you can't pass up R-Type 3. For a shoot 'em up, you can't pass this up. You gotta get this one. And the cart only of this one cost me $21.90. I don't think that's too bad. Like I said, these games are usually a little more expensive than Nintendo ones. The next one is a game that gets a bad rep from a lot of people. This one and the Genesis version. I happen to love them. I think they're hidden gems on both units. And that's race driving. I did a little comparison video of this one versus the Genesis version not too long ago, and I did it off a multi-cart. Then I had to track down this one. So I tracked this one down, and this one cost me $9.48. Now, if you're keeping tabs on everything and how much everything was costing me, the grand total of everything I spent, including shipping for the $100, was $97.01. Now, think about if I would have took this challenge and had it set up to where I didn't include shipping or taxes. I could have probably had more games on that list. But you have to look at things a little more realistically when you're doing that, and remember, shipping and taxes are going to change how much you pay. I believe one of the games I had shipped costed me a little over $10 to get shipped, which is part of the thing you do. So before I did these $100 challenges, just to kind of make a point here about shipping cost, there's one game that I picked up that I had to wait for because it also came from Japan. I'll grab it real quick. Is this one right here. The Japanese version of Truckstan, I think is what it's called in the US. The Japanese version of this game. I picked up this one because it was cheaper than the US one. And, just like before, because I want to try doing complete in box sets, it is complete. This, to get it shipped over here, costed me $73. That was almost $100 just for the one game. If I were to put this down as just what the asking price was, it was about $50. So it was about $20 for shipping from Japan. This was another game that comes up in the same way. This is Twin Hawk. Complete in box from Japan. I believe this one cost me like $60 to get shipped over here. But again, if you're doing stuff like this, that $100 goes pretty quick. That's why you got to keep shipping and taxes in mind when you're doing a $100 challenge. Alright, that was $100 games for this time. The next time I do this challenge, I will focus on just one console. The next console I'll be focusing on is either going to be the Nintendo Entertainment System or the PlayStation 1. It's going to be one of those two. So my next challenge won't come up until after Christmas. But that's when I'll do my next $100 challenge. I'll have the PlayStation 1 at that time. So I might go after that because I only have 2 games that will be coming with that, I believe. My oldest son picked that up for me for Christmas. So I'm either going to do that one at the $100 challenge, or I'll do the NESA, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Keep a watch for that one. It'll probably come up at the beginning of the year. But until then, thank you for watching, and we'll show a few clips from a couple of the games that I picked up at the end of this here.